Ray's legacy, so many facets to that, because he touches so many people in so many ways. I'm very impressed at the diversity that he's developed within the United Nations itself. But of course the most apparent one is the resort, Turning Stone Resort, and the quality of the attraction that he's built into it. Everything they do is done first class, and I think that is what he's most known for and will be remembered for, is whatever project he was involved in, it was of the highest quality.
Everything that Ray does has a special touch to it. It's always elegant, and it's always something that most people wouldn't be able to do. He's put all of this together in a span of probably 40 years. He's been a nation representative in our community. To have the benefit of somebody like Ray Halbritter, he is a four-star player, and I'm very fortunate to consider myself to be a friend of Ray's.
Well, I think Ray wants to do everything the best. He wants to be the best. He wants to build the best. He wants people to perform the best of their abilities, that work for him, that work with him. He has a vision and a drive that you just don't find very often, if ever. And we're very fortunate that we've had that vision and that drive and that leadership in Central New York.
You know what's very interesting about Ray that some people don't realize? He started out a long time ago working for the city of Syracuse as a code enforcement officer, and he also was an iron worker. So Ray Halbritter has really come from the street to the heights that he has gained through his own diligence, his own capacity to grow. He's a magnificent representative of his nation and the people that work for him.
I always say when Ray walks in the room, there's just a real air of dignity that he brings, and he's undoubtedly one of the brightest people, or the brightest person in the room. He's always thinking, and he's always thinking months ahead, years ahead, projects ahead, even beyond the current topic. So I always marvel and kind of wonder what's going on in his mind right now as we're talking about this subject or whatever it might be, because I know he's always thinking far ahead. Well, the community connections and the growth that Turning Stone has spurred has been incredible, because they work with vendors throughout Central New York that are supplying them materials. That whole ripple effect has had a very positive impact on the hospitality industry and Central New York in general. The numbers of employees that they have are just staggering, over 4,500, I believe, across all of their enterprises.
Well, I think what he's doing for education, for the children in Oneida Nation, that will be a huge legacy, what he's done to bring the level of everything up, the awareness as far as well as the help, and that's really, I think, at the root of his drive.
And I think what he's done is huge, but I think there's much more to come from Ray.
Yeah.
I think there's much more to come over the next 10 or 20 years. I think we're going to see more great things that will really benefit not only the nation, but it'll benefit upstate New York.
The legacy that he really wants to build is 4 Points, and that's their production company, and how that is touching the lives of children, telling the story of the Native American folklore to children, and building those wonderful videos and stories. So I think that's the legacy he'd like to build even larger.
Ray started about 4 or 5 years ago a new charitable organization called the Upstate New York Empowerment Fund, and through his efforts again, he raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for many charities, dozens of charities. I was fortunate to serve on the board as a result of his invitation, and it was a very, very unique way that he conceived to raise money to help, again, needy organizations that we have in our community. So that's the type of person Ray is. He didn't look for anything. He put it together, and he raised a lot of money to help a lot of people.
Well, I think by our foundation being able to go to Turning Stone with Ray's help, we've been able to raise a huge amount of money. We've given away $1 million to kids in upstate New York in just 2 years that we've had our foundation. And the reason we've been able to raise that kind of money is because of being able to hold our events at Turning Stone. And it's just such a high quality place. People want to go there, and you're able to raise a lot of money, which goes back to the kids. And without Ray's help, we would not have been able to do that.
They provide our entertainment every year. You know, this is going to be our 13th year, I believe. They're all rolling into one. To have our gala there, the 13th year, third for the foundation. But they've been by our side the whole way. Even before we went to Turning Stone, they gave us our entertainment in hopes that we would come there. And that was a smart business decision, and we came there, and so many events have followed us. So many other organizations are holding their event now there as well. We were the first. I'm proud of that, and it's because of their generosity that we were the first.
He is a role model for not only his own nation, but for everybody and all youngsters. If they look at Ray, they realize here is someone who has come really from the streets of Syracuse and has become a major employer, a major representative of the nation, and someone who is highly respected throughout the country. He gets to meet presidents, he gets to meet senators, he gets to meet congresspeople, all types of political people. Ray is really a superior person, and again, I am very fortunate to consider myself a friend of Ray's.